Okay, I wanted to make a part 4 to my Ranger heater install video because I wanted to explain why I went from the return or the bypass line right here, this 1/2-inch bypass line, versus tapping right into the main heater lines. I read a lot of stuff online about Y fittings and that I could use the Y fittings, and it would have been really easy for me to tie in right here and right there with the Y fittings to connect the heater. The Y fittings, or just a simple T fitting, it wouldn't have mattered. A T fitting, a Y fitting, whatever, and I could have tied it in from right here right to the heater. Now, I showed in my other parts of the video the little contraption I made, and let me see. That little contraption, 2 shutoffs, 2 T's, goes right into the coolant bypass, which taps right into this with a T right there. So I went through the bypass because the real way you should do this is to buy an adapter for the thermostat that would mount right here and move the thermostat up. So then it would have a side tap coming off either right here or right here that you would tap directly into that, and then you get warm air or warm coolant as soon as the Ranger starts. If you don't do that and you go by just using the main coolant lines, you're only going to get warm air whenever the thermostat is open. So in the winter, these things don't run as hot because it's colder. I mean, they'll still run up to temperature when you're running them hard, but if you're not running them hard, the fan's not going to kick on as much, the thermostat's not going to open up as much. Therefore, you're not going to get heat until the thermostat is open. With the setup I did, going through the bypass line, like I just showed you, as soon as the engine starts making heat, it's sending warm air to the heater core. And the little adapter for the thermostat was like $81. I built that bypass for, I think it was like $14, something like that. Way cheaper. It works well. I've had this on here for about 3 weeks now, and we put 30 miles on using the heater, and it works well. So if you do the Y connections to this, you won't have heat unless the thermostat's open. I have been paying attention. With the heater on, this thing runs at about 176 degrees. I know it's not warm right now, but I know the thermostat is higher than that. So whenever I have the heat on the whole way, it's taking enough heat off of the engine that the actual fan for the radiator doesn't run. I never hear it, even if I'm getting on it for a while. I have had it go up to 178, I think, 178 degrees, but that's the warmest I've had it since I installed the heater while I'm using the heater. So if I could give you a tip, it is to do something either in the bypass like I did, or use the adapter. Don't buy the Y fittings. They're really expensive. They're like $40 or $50 for the pair of them. Like I said, I have like 15 in that. But if you're gonna go for the spend money route, get the bypass adapter for the thermostat. Don't mess around with the Y fittings. You won't have heat constantly. I read that on a bunch of threads. So that was my way, using that bypass line. That was my way around spending the $81 or whatever it is for the adapter, and my way around not spending $50 for the Y fittings or a T fitting that would fit in there. A little part to add to this video. Before I ordered that heater, I made this box. I went online, found the dimensions on the Summit website. I made this box to the exact dimensions that the heater gave, and this is just where the hoses come out, but I made it to the exact dimensions so I could set it in there and make sure it would fit, and it did from the dimensions on this. I just figured I'd throw that in. That's how I verified I could make it fit. So this is going to be the last part of the video. If you make it to this, thank you for watching. I have had this heater in here now for 3 weeks. I just want to make this little piece of video. And it works good. It works well. Keeps it nice and warm in here. I am going to have to do something about the huge air gap right there. But I could just stuff some insulation in there or something to slow the air down there. But thank you for watching. Please, like the video, share it, and subscribe. Appreciate it.